doing by Web Solomon. We're here with Ben from Pracy Studios. You don't see him now, but you will definitely see the picture of him and the team here. And we're looking at their new game, Nocturne. It's a story RPG with rhythm battle. As you see here, it's somewhat like a Guitar Hero Ash sort of thing, which means I'm going to suck.
Well, thankfully we've got 6 different difficulties, so it doesn't matter if you've never played a rhythm game before.
Right. Awesome. Well, as you see, I just rhythm games is not the best, but you know what? We'll see. I chose beginner, so then tell me about this. I was watching the gameplay. Before I get to why make this game, the art style I would say is almost like a watercolor 16-bit. What made you come up with the art style for this game?
Yeah, I actually love that comparison, watercolor, pixel art. That's great. Yeah, so we played with a lot of different art styles, and originally in the early prototypes we had a very sort of SNES style pixel art, but we decided to go with this more modern style where there's less colors, but also the characters are kind of stretched out to be more of a sort of full human size rather than the typical kind of chibi characters you get in the older games. And then we combine that with modern lighting and HD shadows. So even though the game's hand pixeled, we actually have high resolution shadows lighting.
Okay. Let me tell you, I'm glad you go with the chibi aesthetic. I'm tired of it. That's like every
game. Something fresh, something modern. They still captured some of that old school feel to it, but felt like something new.
So tell me about Nocturne. What is Nocturne about?
Yeah, so the story is about being uploaded to a digital afterlife. And after you arrive, you expect to meet your brother here, who is already uploaded, but instead you find 1,000 years have passed. They've lost contact with humanity, and no one knows where your brother is. So it kind of sets up this mystery of, how did I get here? Where is my brother? And then shortly into the story, you discover that you actually have the powers of an admin in this world. So you kind of get stuck in this power struggle between the other admins. They're not particularly happy that you showed up with these powers because you're kind of disrupting, 1,000 years of their reign.
As you see, I put it on beginner for a reason.
You're doing good so far.
All right, so what are some of your inspirations? I'm assuming you played RPGs or have a love for RPGs, so great one. What are some of your inspirations just for being a game designer and then also Nocturne?
Yeah, so I grew up playing a lot of JRPGs, a lot of the old school Final Fantasy games, Chrono Trigger, Grandia.
Grandia. I love Grandia too. That's one of my favorites. Oh my God, I spent so much. Like literally, I'm about to buy it again on my Xbox.
Yeah.
Because it's on sale, the Grandia 1-2 collection. But I played it on my Dreamcast.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
I'm so glad you played that game because so few people know the game, and I always lead with Final Fantasy Chrono Trigger because they're more well known. But Grandia kind of has the sweet spot in my heart. The characters and the dialogue in this game were definitely inspired by Grandia. Yeah, and then you also asked as a designer what's an inspiration. So I was definitely inspired by a lot of the more minimalist style game designs. Shadow of the Colossus, for example.
Yes.
I love the fact that it's just this huge, beautiful world, and then the fights really contrast that empty space. So I really try to design minimally and think, let's break down RPG, let's break down rhythm game into its core pieces, and let's really think about which ones that we care about and which ones we actually want to include in our genre.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's hard to do an interview, ask good questions, and play a game at the same time.
Very difficult, yeah. This is our attacking mechanic. So once you charge enough energy, you'll be able to press the space bar to attack the enemy back. So now you can hit the space and do some damage.
My speed is not impressive. I suck. So with this, when does the game come out? Was it out already?
No, so we actually announced the PAX release date, which is March 2026.
Okay, so you got a little over a year, a little under a year.
Yeah, just a little under a year. We've been in development for 5 years now, so it kind of feels like a home stretch for us. Most of the content is done. We're just kind of polishing it up and getting it all ready for launch.
Okay. So what sort of pitfalls have you encountered developing this game?
Yeah, I get one of the big early challenges was that because we're mashing these two genres together in a way that hasn't really been done before, there was a lot of questions on, how should the combat work? How should we integrate RPG and rhythm? There's other games out that I play that I love in this genre, but we're kind of going for something more traditional in the Guitar Hero style of combat. So we went through 8 different versions of our combats and how our attacking works. And every time we thought we nailed it, and there was something wrong with it, it didn't scale well at late game, or it just didn't feel as satisfying. But we're really happy with how it is now. We have this kind of counterplay crit system going on where you have to time your attacks when the enemy hits you, and it's always really satisfying to get off the critical hits. So we're really happy with how it came out.
So let me ask you a question this regard. I've seen a lot of RPGs here, but even in general,
You can attack it now for your 2 damage.
it seems to be sort of an RPG renaissance, especially turn-based. I myself have never been a humongous fan of action-based RPGs. And then we just had Play Obscure, Expedition 33 drop.
So many people have been telling me to play it. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm only in the prologue, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. But would you say that we're sort of in a renaissance? Because game, but that's a renaissance. But more developers are taking their passion and trying to find new ways to interpret it. Like this is clearly turn-based, but you didn't add in the rhythm component as well.
Yeah, I absolutely think we are in that kind of renaissance. In rhythm games in particular, I've seen over the last 5 or 6 years the genre kind of redefine itself. We had kind of the big titles of Guitar Hero and Rock Band back in the early 2000s, and then the genre kind of faded out a little bit. But in the last sort of 5, 6 years, we've seen Friday Night Funkin' really made a scene with particularly the new generation of gamers. Fortnite even added a rhythm.
That's my daughter's joint right there.
Yeah, so it's kind of introduced this whole next generation of rhythm, and we see a lot more genre mashes now with rhythm, and I love that. I'm really excited for it. The reason why I built this game was because I wanted a game like this to exist. So when I see other rhythm RPGs, I'm the first one to wish list to play that game, so I'm excited for it. You can hit off your second attack there. There we go.
So Ben, I'm assuming people can wish list it now on Steam.
That's right, and we actually have a demo available on Steam as well. The whole first chapter is available to play on Steam.
Cool. So you guys make sure to go to Steam, download the demo, try it out, let them know what you think of the game. Where can they find more information about Nocturne as well as Pracy Studios?
Yeah, so other than the Steam page, we also have a Discord server, discord.pracystudios.com. You can also just find the link on our Steam page and on our website. And that's a great place to put feedback. Let us know what you think of the game, what you liked, what you didn't like, any bugs that you found. And we'll try to just make the game as good as we can.
Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate it. You guys check out Nocturne. Check out more from PAX East. People say PAX and Buzzard. PAX East. 2025 Web Style. We out.